Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Friday, December 1st. If you're new to the channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NFL and NBA videos, and please make sure and click the like button. We really appreciate it. And if you want to play the lineups that we're actually playing every single day, make sure and visit our website here at www.rotobeast.net. We got a nice little 8-game slate. There's a couple spots I think we could take advantage of, but there is actually a couple games as well that I think you might as well just completely stay away from. We got the Warriors going into Orlando to face the Magic. This game has a really, really high implied total of 228. Golden State's favored by 11. Then we got Indiana going into Toronto. This game has a 215 and a half total. Toronto's favored by 6.5. We got Minnesota going into OKC to face the Thunder. This game has a 211 total. OKC's favored by 4.5. And the other two games that I like that I'm going to be targeting, but the lines actually weren't out yet, is going to be we got Detroit going into Washington. This is an up-paced game for Detroit. Washington plays fast-paced. They're without John Wall right now, so this game could be it's going to be very close. Like I said, there is no line on it yet, but I think it's going to be a fairly high total, and it's going to be relatively close, within 6 points. Detroit, I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually favored in this game, but we'll see tomorrow. Another game I like is the Pelicans against Utah. Utah's not that same team where they're super great defensively. They're played tonight, so they're on a back-to-back tomorrow. New Orleans, they got their big guns and Cousins and Davis. I think it's going to be a good game, and I'm going to target this game. There's a lot of pieces I like on both sides. So that's kind of the 5 games I'm really going to be looking at. We'll jump into the positions. Let's get there. We'll start at point guard. Guy Westbrook. It's his game time decision with the hand, but fully practiced. I expect him to play tomorrow. This is going to be a good game with Timberwolves. They're a really good team, in my opinion. Westbrook has been doing Westbrook things. He's got pretty much the 60 in 4 of his past 5 games with the 55, which is still relatively nice. At his 11.3 price tag, you need about 56, 57 from him. In this game, I expect it to stay pretty close. Vegas does as well with the 4.5 spread. So I think Westbrook is a really, really good play. Then we got Curry. He's a game time decision with his hand. He's probable. He fought through it last game. I think he's going to keep adjusting to it. He's going to keep doing his thing. He may struggle a bit shooting, but Curry's one of the guys that, he really fills up the stat sheet, and I like Curry a lot tomorrow. This game is going to be back and forth with the Magics. You need, for his value, you need about 47.5, I would say. And that number is pushing it a little bit, to be honest with you. But, it's not, out of question. I think he could definitely get there. He'll get very close, as long as this game stays somewhat close. So I think Curry's a really good play tomorrow. Then we got Kyle Lowry going against the Pacers in an up-tempo game. Lowry, he plays the minutes when they need him to, and he's really been picking it up lately. Like look what this dude's doing. 41, 43, 45, 29, okay. Then we go back to the 49s, 54, 37, 51. The guy's playing really well right now. He's filling up the stat sheet. He's getting rebounds, getting assists. I like Kyle Lowry tomorrow, 8.5. I think that's a really, really good price in an up-tempo game against the Pacers. I think this guy's actually a really, really good cash game play tomorrow. So definitely take a look at Kyle Lowry at the point guard position. Then we got Teague. If Teague is out again tomorrow, okay, just play Tyus Young against OKC in the up-tempo game. The guy, he's playing massive minutes. Plain simple, Hey, I like Jones a lot. I think Jones, if he starts, it's going to be a really good play. If T comes back, then you kind of got to take him out the picture. So just keep an eye, the eye on the news. I know the news has been really frustrating lately. We're not getting a lot of stuff, and it's really throwing everything off, and it sucks. But we can only do what we can. So if T's out, you got to play Tyus Young. I'm sorry, Tyus Jones. Another guy I like tomorrow in an up-tempo game going against New Orleans. I know they're on a back-to-back, but they only played 27 minutes today. Rubio's been picking it up somewhat. He's been scoring. He fills up the stat sheet. That's what he does. If he's going to get us close to 30 tomorrow at a 5.4 price tag, that's a solid value play right there. I like Rubio going against New Orleans. The only thing that's scary is, it is a back-to-back, but like I said, he's only played 27 minutes tonight. It's not like he played 37 minutes tonight. The last guy I'm going to quickly mention, Michael Carter-Williams. If Kemba Walker's out, he played 32 minutes. He had a bad shooting night, but this guy, he fills up the stat sheet. He's always done that, and we know that that's what he's going to do. So if he's going to play 32 minutes again tomorrow, I like him. I think it's a solid matchup for him. So definitely just keep an eye out on the news. And if Miami, they are a slow-paced team, but I like the spot. If he's going to play a lot of minutes, definitely keep a lookout for him. You need about 27 for him to hit value. And he fills up the stat sheet enough. I think he could get there. So move on to shooting guard. Bradley Beal. I know he busted, then he got hurt, didn't play that much. But without John Wall, it's the same story over and over. The guy gets massive usage. He has massive upside. At 8,000, you need about 40 for him to hit value. He's averaging 36 a game this season right now. I think he has a really good chance to get there tomorrow. This should be a really solid game. So definitely, keep an eye on Bradley Beal. This line's not out yet, so we don't know too much on this game. But I just know I like playing him without John Wall, so keep him in mind definitely tomorrow. Then we got DeRozan. His price still is under 8,000. We played him the other day. I told you guys he was a must start at 7,200. That's like embarrassing. This guy. That's way too cheap for him. He hit value easily. At 7.8, I think he's still a little bit too cheap. You need about 38 for him to hit value. In an up-tempo game against the Pacers, I think he's in a great spot, and I like him tomorrow once again. Then we got Clay. We got to mention Clay every time he's on the slate. This guy has upside to score 35 points in a quarter. Clay's a beast. So, he got some usage taken away from him with Durant and Curry coming back. But, he still managed to score 20 points. He played 38 minutes. That's what you want to see. So, Clay, for 7,000 pretty much, you need about 34 at his price tag. It's going to be tough for him to get there, but he's going to get you close. So I do like Clay tomorrow. Moving on down, we will go to Mitchell. This young rookie is just putting in work. One thing I will say, all right, is I don't like playing people against Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is a really good defender. I have a Drew Holiday rule, and I try to avoid it as much as possible. But this young rookie, he's playing minutes. When they need him to, he's playing big minutes. He's putting up points. He's filling up the stat sheet. 6.8. You need about 32 to 33 from him. He's averaging 27. He's just balling. 47. Okay, 25, 38, 30, 32, 25, 39. 27th. He's just consistent. He's been putting in work, and I like him once again in an up-tempo game tomorrow against the Pelicans. Then we will talk about Batum. Batum is just he's too cheap. This guy's too cheap, plain and simple. If he's going to play 32 minutes, okay, this guy fills up the stat sheet, okay? It may not look like in this game he did, okay, only played 32, 10, whatever, But we know in previous years when he gets minutes, he fills it up, and he just came back from injury, so he hasn't been playing too much minutes. But if he's gonna play in the even in the low 30s at 5.6, I think he's gonna easily hit value. So I like Nicholas Batum. He's somebody that you could definitely look at tomorrow. The last guy I want to talk about. Frustrating. Killed me tonight. Pushed me away from the cash line. Crushed me. I was looking at him, but I didn't really know how many minutes that he was going to get. He only played 29 minutes. That's the crazy thing. But he went off for 54. 15 times value. I felt just so like, how did I not play this dude? But I didn't expect him to go off like that. I mean, I thought he would get all right. He'll get 20 something, in the mid 20s fantasy points. Not no 54. Crush me. So once again, if the same guys are going to be out, tomorrow it's the backup point guard and it was Hood. Then you know what? I mean, this guy's a really good play once again if he's going to get close to 30 minutes. I mean, that is his price tag is dirt cheap. So he's definitely somebody to take a look at tomorrow in an up-tempo game going against the Pelicans. Next, we'll move on to small forward, Kevin Durant. I mean, he's the best small forward on the slate. Value-wise, you need about 50. Going against Orlando, I like this game. It's an up-tempo game. Last time he faced Orlando, he went off for 21, 7, 8. But the problem with that was it was only 39 fantasy points. All those stats only added up to that. He didn't get no defensive stats. He hasn't been hitting 50 very often this season, so I don't think he's gonna hit 50 and probably hit value. I mean, he always has a chance to just because he's a monster, but I think he's averaging 45 fantasy points a game this year, and I think that's more close to what he's gonna get you. But he's still gonna give you a high floor if that's what you're looking for your cash games. So Kevin Durant is definitely a consideration. See, I like this guy right here, Paul George. He's balling, 8.5. So fantasy wise, you need about 42 from him. I mean, he's been balling, 41. Okay, let's go down, 60, almost 70, 57, 17. He had a dud. 41, 51, 50, 39, 35, 37. He's consistent, okay? And I like him tomorrow. Going against the Timberwolves, he's gonna be battling Jimmy Butler. That's the only thing that scares me is both of them are good defenders, so they have a chance to really lock each other down and just go back. But they have a chance to just go back and forth one-on-one and just make buckets against each other as well because they're both ballers and he's playing a lot of minutes. So you really got to consider Jimmy Butler. In this game is going to be close and it has a pretty high total going against the Timberwolves. Then the same guy I was talking about, 400 less. Who do you trust more? Jimmy Butler. He's getting back to playing massive minutes. He's been getting in the 40s. He's starting to look like last year's form with the Bulls. He's been playing well. And like I said, this matchup with against Paul George is gonna be an exciting one. It's gonna be a really good game to watch. And Jimmy Butler, I like him. I think that I would probably prefer to go George for 400 more in cash games and Jimmy Butler for GPPs a little more, but both are really good plays. And we got Porter, 7,000. You need 35 for him to hit value. He's averaging 32 a game this season. With John Wall out, they need some people to step up and pick it up. And all of the Wizards had a bad game last game, so I don't really take too much away from this. But the two previous games with John Wall out, he scored in the 20s. He picked it up a little bit. He had a 51 and a 30 fantasy point game, which is, not too bad at all. We need 35 for value. I like him in this spot against the Pistons. Pistons are a team. It's kind of a pace down game, but he's going to be going against Stanley Johnson, and he's not a very good defender. So I do like Otto Porter tomorrow. The last guy I will talk about is, where is he at? Oh, at small forward is Jonathan Simmons. This guy crushed me I played him. I'll be honest with you. He only got 7 fantasy points, but look at this guy's minutes. When he gets minutes, he does stuff, and he's pretty much all season he's only playing mid 20s, and he hasn't had a chance. He's been solid, consistent, averaging 20 fantasy points a game. Past 2 games he started, and he played 34 minutes. This guy's active. Against the Indiana, he didn't get nothing special. It was only 23 fantasy points, but he got 21 scoring points. I mean, he can get defensive stats, rebounds, a couple more assists. I like the minutes are being up. You need 25 for him to hit value. Against the Warriors, they're actually DVP wise, I think it's like 23 against the small forward position. So I like him tomorrow. I think he may be a little bit more of a GPP play, but you only need 25. And if he's going to play those minutes in this up-tempo game against the Warriors, I think that he could definitely get there. Now we'll move on to power forward. Anthony Davis, he crushed us last game as well. I mean, these dudes are like, come on, bro, you're getting the opportunity and you ain't doing nothing. I had him the night before as well. Dude got ejected. Come on. First ejection of his career. He got ejected midway through the second quarter. But, I mean, he's averaging almost 50 fantasy points a game at a 10.4 price tag. His price tag is actually down a little bit. You need 52 for him to hit value. I like him tomorrow. I think he has a good opportunity against Utah. Utah without Gobert, I mean, they don't really have too many big guys. They have Derek Favors. Derek Favors is not really that big. He is a solid big man, but you got Anthony Davis and you got Cousins. He's going to have to pick his poison. Whatever one they're going to put Favors on, the other guy is probably going to do pretty good. But, I mean, Derek Favors is not really somebody to be scared of as well. So, Anthony Davis, I mean, he's definitely a top power forward. Then we got Draymond. Price is 8,000. I mean, he has a chance to get a triple-double any night. He was 1 assist away against the Lakers. He played massive minutes. The past 2 games he's been playing a lot of minutes. You need about 40 for him to hit value. I like him tomorrow. Going against Orlando, it's an up-tempo game. Last time he played Orlando, he played 31 minutes. He got 24 and 5 for 35 points. And I think he's going to get something close to that tomorrow as well. Then we got the rookie for the Bulls. This guy, he's nothing excited, but he's consistent. I talked about him last night. I hope you played him. 6.8 for value. You need about 33. I mean, he hasn't got 33, but he's got very close. In the past, look, 35, 34, 42, 30. He had a dud against Utah. 26, 27, 25, 33. It's just consistency. I mean, that's what you want to see in DFS. So I think he's a really good player tomorrow. I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play. Then we got Thad Young. I played him a lot last year. I haven't played him that much this year, but I think I need to. I mean, he's been very consistent. You need about 28 for him to hit value. 28 is what he's averaging this year. He's getting, low 30 minutes. He's getting you close to 30 almost every game. So I actually really like him tomorrow going against Toronto. I think that he's a really good play. And then we got Ibaka on the other side of the ball. Man, this guy's just too cheap. I mean, for him to hit value, you need 24. He's averaging 23 again this season. And, I mean, he's going to get you 20s, pretty much. He's going to get you 20s. Even when we're hoping for low 30s. He's been playing about 27 to 28 on average. But he's doing what Ibaka does. He's getting, some points, getting the rebounds, gets a couple blocks, a couple steals. So, I mean, I think he's too cheap, to be honest with you. Now moving on to center. We'll start with Cousins. He hasn't been getting there. I don't think he's really a cash game play against Utah. I think he's more of a GPP. But, he has upside to get you, the 74 or almost close to the 80 any night. That's a true fact. So I definitely got to bring him up. He's a great player, but he's more of a GPP play. Then you got Towns, he's 1,800 less, going against OKC. I mean, I don't really like playing the people against Steven Adams, but Towns, his price is actually pretty low. I mean, for him to hit value, you need about 44. He's averaging 40 a game this season. He's playing massive minutes. I think if he doesn't get in foul trouble against Steven Adams, even though Steven Adams is a pretty good defender, I mean, I think he can still do work. I like to drop the price on him. So I think Towns is somebody that you could definitely look at tomorrow. Then we got Drummond, 100 less. Going against Washington, he's going to be banging against Gobert. I mean, 2 games ago, he had the best game of his career, pretty much. You can't really expect that, but he's averaging 43 fantasy points a game this season. At an 8.8 price tag, you need about 43 for him to hit value, so it's pretty much right on his season average. So I think that he's going to be there. Tomorrow, he's going to be really close to that against Washington. Then you got Vucevic. I mean, he's just a GBP play, but he can go off any night. Last time he played the Warriors, he did score 20 points, ended up with 35 fantasy points. At his price tag of 7.9, you need about 39. He's averaging about 35 points a game, but he could definitely get you 39. He's done that plenty of times this season already. So it just all depends if this game stays close and they play a lot of minutes, or if it's a blowout and the starters sit early. But he has upside, and I like Vucevic. They don't really. I don't think the Warriors really defend the center very well. Last guy I'll quickly talk about is a guy from Miami with Whiteside out for a little bit. I mean, this guy drew a start, played 30 minutes. He didn't get nothing crazy. It was only 20 points, but I mean, the game before he only played 18 and he got you 32. So it just shows this guy has upside. And at his price tag, you need about 22 for him to hit value. So I think he's a really good play tomorrow. I think he's somebody that you definitely want to consider. His price is going to pretty much skyrocket pretty quick if he continues to produce. So definitely take a look at him. So, hey, that's what I got for today. Please, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button below. Make sure and click the like button. If I didn't talk about something that you liked, please, get back to me, and we can kind of, go over it and see where we're at. But here, let me quickly pick these guys. So, somebody I really like tomorrow, Kyle Lowry, I'll start off with. Then we will go to shooting guard. I think we'll say everybody's out. We'll go with the value. Everybody's going to chase it, so he's going to be owned. You know what I mean? I mean, that's something that you got to consider. He's going to be owned tomorrow, especially because of what he did today. Next, we will go this route. I think we will have to go with, I like Paul George. He's been working. Power forward, we are going to go with Draymond. I like Draymond in this up-tempo game against the Magics. And then at center, let's see. Probably going to have to go with him. Boom. So that's kind of just what I like. Those are some core guys. Burke, you got to keep an eye because you want, I think it's NATO or it's a backup point guard, and then Hood to be out. Hood is the most important person for Burke because he's the backup shooting guard. So if Hood's out, I think he's a really good play. All these other guys are in really good spots, and the prices are fair, so I like them. So that's kind of where I'm at, all right? So, hey, hit me up and let me know, all right? Talk to you later.